Let's play! Whoa! Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. You all may call me Pharaoh, and welcome back to Let's Play Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask. Last time left off, I believe we were investigating the park to see if we can determine how that vanishing act was done by the masked gentleman, and apparently there is a fake park behind the real one. And it's like, I kind of guessed it, but I'm still surprised. It's like, how the hell can you hide a whole ass park? So we came here to ask Henry, and he apparently doesn't know what's going on either. And then this old lady's here. We're like, who the hell is she? Herschel Layton, is that you? Why, what happened to your hair? Professor? Yes, of course it's me. Emmy, I'd like you to meet Mrs. Ascot, Randall's mother. Wow! Okay. It's been 18 years. It's not far-fetched that, they still wouldn't be around, but okay. Oh, pleasure to meet you. My, it certainly has been a long time. What are you doing here? After Randall died, Henry and I tried to find the body so that we could put Randall to rest, but we never found it. We spent my fortune scouring every inch of that terrible place. I lost everything. And you still didn't find him. I'm so sorry. Thank you. I couldn't stand being in that old house. Too many memories. So we left Stansbury and came here with Henry. After Mr. Ascot passed away, Henry insisted that I stay with him. I had no one else, so I accepted, and here I am. Over the years, Henry has paid for all of my debts. He has also prepared for Randall's return, should that ever happen. Henry never mentioned any of this to me. Oh, you know how Henry likes to keep to himself, Herschel. If he doesn't feel like it's worth bringing up, he never will. I respect that about him. Yes, as do I. But Herschel, can you please be more kind to him? He has done so much for me. I don't think he has ever fully accepted Randall's death. I see. Yes, Mrs. Ascot, I will do my best to respect Henry's wishes, and I will try to protect him if I can. If this masked man knew what Henry was really like, none of this would be happening. If Randall were alive, he could protect Henry. They were practically brothers. This town is Randall's town too, you know. Yes, I'm sure Randall will be doing his best to stop the masked gentleman. Who are you talking to, Herschel? Angela, come in, please. Oh, excuse me, I didn't mean to interrupt. Please don't worry, Angela. I was about to have lunch and look who I ran into. Yes, I thought I'd call you before your food got cold, but if you two would like to talk... No, that's all right. I just realized we must be on our way. Already? I'm sure Henry will be back before long, Herschel. Oh, no, my business with Henry is done. I just remembered something I must attend to. Very well, Herschel. I know you'll find a mask of order and save this town. Yes, well, I shall do my best, Angela. Okay, well, that's nice to see that apparently Henry's been taking care of her. Now, once again, the idea that no body has been found, it's not completely far-fetched, but it's also not a confirmation that he's gone. Leaving already? I was just making tea. Yes, do forgive me. I'm certainly not one to pass up a cup of tea unless I must. Well, no matter. We'll have another opportunity when everything's resolved. Yep. In the meantime, we just gotta continue our investigation and take things from there. Professor, what did you suddenly remember that we have to attend to? Did you think of a new lead? Perhaps. Do you know where the masked gentleman will appear next? We need to speak with the mayor. I want to check on something. So back to City Hall then. Remember when I said that we may have made a very big mistake? We're about to find out if I was right. Yeah, more than likely he was right. That's usually just how it goes, right? So City Hall's up here. But before we actually go there, we gotta talk to this crazy little lady here. There's something I've been wanting to tell Inspector Grosky, but he's so busy running off somewhere or another. Have you found some new evidence? Well, it seems the police have been talking about a certain young lady. They say she's been chasing after the masked gentleman. She was even racing across the rooftops earlier. Perhaps she's an accomplice of the masked gentleman. That's a pretty good theory, but I know that can't be true. Maybe this woman is chasing Grosky. What? A shadowy mink stalking my beloved Inspector Grosky? I need to do a puzzle just to calm myself. Won't you join me? Alright, what do you have for us? 111! Holiday Snaps. Someone sent a letter and sent a set of photos to a friend. Here are the photos we all took when we went on vacation. There should be a total of 9. I hope I sent them all. Sadly, it looks like neither of us had a photo taken with each person in the group. I think we snapped more. I think we snapped more of me than you. I'll stop hogging the limelight next time. Who sent the letter and who received it? So we have A man, B young woman, C an old lady, D little child. Okay. So we have 4 people that can be chosen from. I think the big hint here is saying that it looks like neither of us had a photo taken with each person in the group. So out of the 4, who's not in with everyone else? Like the man, we see that from the first photo there, he's with the old lady. And he's with the old lady and the little child. And the picture right there in the middle and to the right, he's with the woman. So he's not included. Simple as that. The granny is with the man and the little girl. But she's not with the woman. And I think vice versa. I don't think the woman is in every photo with everyone in the group. She's with the little girl and the man, but she's not with any of the pictures of the granny. So that already knows that this is between B and C. Now, in terms of who sent it, what was the other hint here? I think we snapped more pictures of me than you. So the granny's in 1, 2, 3, 4 photos. The woman's in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So meaning B was sending the letter to C.
Set him up and knock him down.
That was really easy.
Piece of cake.
Once again, fun to deduce. Very good. Thanks for helping me relax. I have such complicated feelings hearing that there's another Grosky fan. I guess I'm just happy on some level. Maybe she can help me. I mean, she'll have to be vice president, but still. I mean, she doesn't seem to realize that you were talking about her. Yeah, she's got a runaway train kind of mind that reminds me of Grosky himself. Maybe they are a good match. Alright, into City Hall we go, but before we speak to the mayor or do anything, we need to talk to you. We got a call from Mrs. Lador this morning saying that the masked gentleman was at the amusement park last night. It's been a zoo here since then. Joy. You're not a big fan of your job, are you? Oh, I do administrative support for the most adorable lot of sweaty, talentless buffoons I've ever seen. What's not to like? Well, that one detective isn't so bad. He's quite handsome and seems highly ranked for someone so young. And he was smart enough to solve this puzzle in no time. Let's see what it is. Oh, crap. It's another one of these tile ones. Oh, and it's 70 freaking picarats. A child made a picture of an adorable little duckling using 3 colors of small tiles. So they're basically telling me, hey, you're a dumbass. If a child can solve this, you can't. You want to recreate the picture, but you only have a set of large tiles that can each... Oh, no. Though the child uses a bunch of small tiles. I gotta do a bunch of these large tiles. Never mind. You only have a large set, set of large tiles that each are 3 by 3 squares. Okay, you make the same duck out of the tiles you have at your disposal. You may overlap your tiles as many times as you like. God, I hate these. Well, we only have 1 red tile to utilize. I mean, obviously it has to be somewhere in the top left there, but I'm trying to figure out, like, how we can use the yellow along with it. Lots of yellow we're gonna have to use. What is that? There's a... I gotta bring that down to 2 in the bottom, not just 3, so... Definitely seems like a waste, what I'm doing here. Getting that down a little bit. It's a little bit of an overlap there. And then, well, wait a minute. Damn, I just realized I'm a square off. Okay. Shoot. All right, just let me figure this out here. Let me try the yellow here. Wait a minute, did I do it again? Why am I always going constantly a little too far to the right? Oh, okay, let's see, hold on. I'm using way too many blues here. I don't know why, I'm just not a fan of these. Like, it's not like, oh my god, terrible, but... I'm not... Excuse me, it's just... It's hard for me to kind of, like, really get this. You know what? I might want to start from the top there, because I really want to get rid of the red one. Now, in some capacity, there has to be another yellow jetting out there to the left. But I need to utilize the red. Now, granted, I mean, at this point, it's just like it needs to be somewhere to have that red eye. So that's nice. I like that. Now we gotta figure out the border. Kind of. I may need to overlap a yellow on the bottom there. I'll try getting the top. I was gonna say, it needs to go up a little bit to get that little tail end there. Problem is, I feel like I'm using way too many blues up there. This is hard. I just want to continue on here. Let me, I may be taking a look at the hints. Oh, great. This is not even very helpful. This puzzle is very tricky. They since will give you a rough guide on how to solve it, but you'll have to work out the rest for yourself. So, start by making the beak and the foot. There's a long way to go. And then from there, you can build up the head, the base for the eye, and then the front half of the body. Okay, now that guide... The hint guide is just stupid. I really don't want to do this step by step. But literally, just for the sake of completion's sake, guys, I'm sorry. Like, I think I found something worse than sliding puzzles, and it's these tile stacking puzzles. Apparently, I was on track with the head. Like, forming it. That was the beginning portion, so I'm happy about that. I think this is where I was getting kind of stuck now, but we want to place that blue so that it has like a little bit of its foot sticking out, just a little bit. But then a yellow on top of it, and another blue. Like, see, like, it's clever. Don't get me wrong, but damn was I not gonna get that. Crap, wait a minute. Ugh. Damn it all. I'm sorry, folks. I feel like I'm all over the place on this. And I don't know why I feel like I can't really get comfortable as I'm sitting here. Ugh. Okay. So we're good there. And then that's what I needed to do. So where the hell did I get fudged up there? That's fine. One right below it. Good. Now we take a blue. I think we place it there. And the yellow just above that slightly. They would take another blue, bottom left. See, like, that overlapping is what's throwing me off. That would take another yellow. Right there. Jeez, that was really throwing me off. Now we can work on the other side. Blue there. Yellow a little further down. Blue right underneath it. There we are. There we go. See, look, it's coming together. I just need to follow a damn solution for this, because this is going to take me forever and a half, and I didn't want you guys sitting here and waiting for me on this one. And I think we got it. No, where the hell? Where am I missing a yellow at? Jesus.
I believe I have this one.
Okay, well,
Solving puzzles is truly a pleasure.
I know it's not fun when I'm not solving these like 100% myself or like with, you know, without using hints, whatever, but that just wasn't gonna be good. Wait, I can complete it with one yellow tile left over? Whatever. Despite that goofy look on your face, it seems you're pretty smart. Of course. He's the youngest professor in the history of Gressenhaller University. Yeah, and I'm the youngest rocket scientist doing administrative support at Monte. At any rate, you did that puzzle almost as quickly as that detective. Good work. I'm surprised that Detective Bloom would take that time to solve the puzzle. Yet more proof of the undeniable appeal of a good puzzle. Hated that puzzle. Hello, Layton! Come to join a little clue-gathering party? I do love the excitement of things happening around me. Mayor, we need some more information. Oh, urgent request for knowledge! Wonderful. How can I help you? I need to see all of the land deeds and ownership papers from any assets under the control of Henry Lador. Now hold on there, Layton. I can't just give you that. Unless... does it have something to do with the masked gentleman? Yes. Henry has asked that I receive as much cooperation as possible here, Mayor. This information may save every voter in town. Oh! Well, if Henry's granted you access, then who am I to interfere? Plus, it sounds like I'll be a hero in an election year. Just let me verify this is Mr. Lador. You solve this puzzle in the meantime. I was gonna say, I'm like, Layton, I know what you need information, but that's not gonna... Oh my god. Are we just throwing all the puzzles I hate into one video today? Evenly matched 3. You want to cut the 6x6 chessboard into 4 sections that are the same shape, have an equal area, and each contain 4 pawns. This time around, you want 2 white and 2 black. Can you work out how to do it? Draw lines on the board to show where to cut it. Keep in mind that every solutions may be rotated but cannot be mirrored. I always do that just to kind of get an idea of like what can be done, but we have a heavy concentrated number of pawns in the top half of the board there. So that needs to be broken up a little bit. And each one has to have two white and 2 black, right? Way too easy. It's not going to work with area 6, so that's not going to work. I mean, that is 2 white and 2 black. An area of, what, 6 as well? No, is that 7? 7. I don't think that's gonna work anywhere else. That's the problem. Well, no. I was trying to use like the bottom portion, like where the pawns are in rows 5 and 6. I don't think that's gonna work. Maybe I can reverse it instead. That is not right because there's a third black in there. That's possible. No, it's not. I just realized I'm not including another white in there. That's possible. I don't see how, though, I can use the same shape elsewhere. Like, I'm trying to consider the pawn there on B1, and that's... Well, the only way it's going to work is I need to make an indentation somewhere. Probably in the bottom here. So if I do that, we can reverse this. What? Actually, wait a minute. Can't I just do this? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9 on the left-hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, we just had to I think, yeah, it's the same shape. It's just they're just flipped. And I think I can just go ahead and do the same, excuse me, over here. Because that's 1, 2... Yeah, that's two white pawns, 2 black pawns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Area of 9. On the right, 2 black, 2 white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's the same shape. Wow. Wait, is that really it?
I believe I have this one.
Wow.
An excellent puzzle.
I think that one was a lot easier compared to the others. I think what really helped out there is, like, you really didn't need to do anything super extra. It was, in a sense, mainly vertical lines. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's proof enough for me. No need to verify things. I'll get your information. Michelle, can you please fetch me everything we have pertaining to the assets of Mr. Lador? Sure, let me just snap my fingers and make those hundreds of forms appear. Good thing I already have them pulled up for you. Here. Yes, thank you, Michelle. Here we are. This document details the ownership of all properties controlled by Mr. Lador. Fascinating. So it is true. I trust you will respect the Lador family's privacy in this matter. This is extremely sensitive material. I can make you a copy if you need one, as long as you promise to take good care of it. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Oh, just the person I was looking for. Mr. Layton, please meet me in the briefing room. The chief would like a word. Understood. Thank you. All right. Let's see what's going on over here. Alright, what do you want, Sheffield? It seems the mass gentleman showed up in Pumpkin Park last night. We heard about it from Mr. Lador. Yes, Chief, that's correct. This case is still quite open. The mass gentleman made it seem like everyone in the park vanished and then just reappeared. Chief Sheffield, we need to act quickly before the next dark miracle. As much as I don't want to admit it, I think you're right, Layton, and I need a snack. This doesn't mean that Dalston's cleared, but we did have to let him go, and we do need to broaden our search here. Have you heard any recent developments? Detective Bloom's at the racetrack. He said he found something there. In fact, he's probably still there if you want to catch up with him. Oh, this is awful. We'll head straight there. Okay, well, that is all there is to do here, I believe. Oh my, it's already dark out. We must find where the masked gentleman will strike next, and quickly. Layton, why did you tell me the masked gentleman was at the reunion inn? How could you keep this from me? At the reunion inn? Well, that's news to me, Inspector. Haven't you talked to Bloom yet? The masked gentleman is hiding in a hotel that overlooks the entire town. That must be his next target. We were on our way to catch up with Detective Bloom. Well, you're done there. Meet me at the reunion inn. ASAP! Pronto! Immediately! Aye, Grosky! Out! The reunion inn. I know, isn't it just weird? Now, apparently, yeah, we can go right up to the racetrack and continue on with the story. The thing is, there is apparently a lot of miscellaneous things that we can do, so obviously we're doing that first. By going down, we can talk to somebody. There's Madeline. She has a puzzle for us. I was feeling a hot streak coming on. Then I pulled the lever and got 777s. Talk about lady luck. Congratulations. But I didn't know when to stop. And before I knew it, all my winnings were gone. Just like that. Poof. Isn't that fair? Maybe you can help me solve the puzzle and take my mind off the whole thing. Yeah, that's gotta be rough. Alrighty, fairly shared squares. Why do we have a lot of these sharing things here? 4 siblings have a big piece of chocolate to share between them. They want to divide it up so that each of them gets a chunk of identical shape and size containing an almond. How can you divide chocolate fairly? Draw lines to show where the chocolate should be divided. And, like, they have to have an almond, so... Alrighty. So there's 4 of them. This is a... It's not a... Well, it's almost a 4x4. Yeah, the middle square is a 4x4 plus 4 individual things. So there's a total of 20 pieces here. Meaning that in order to get this done, each person should have 5. Damn it, I was close too as I was thinking about this. That would have been way too simple. Right? Because it's like, oh, okay, it's a cross. Yeah, it's 5, almost. It is the same shape, but then, unfortunately... Well, you see, we can easily solve... Why don't you just pry one of the damn almonds off and give it to the one on the bottom right? What to solve all these issues? Well, I got one other idea. It has to be 5. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So that really does help us out. And if this doesn't work, I don't think we can't really complicate it too much by having like a bunch of zigzags or whatever. Because that was 6. I think what's key here is that we want to include that protruding part as one of a piece of the 5. So something like that. Well, the problem is, how the hell is that going to work? No one. That doesn't work. Well, 4 long, and then 1, you can say probably on the 3rd piece if you're looking at it that way. The only way it's going to work for the almond there on the left is I make it like so. That's 5 pieces. Still 4 a long way, and the piece right next to the last piece is protruding. So that works. And I think all we gotta do is just separate the bottom now. Same thing. 5 pieces, 1 protruding. 5, and then 1 on the right. 5 pieces, 1 protruding. Okay, no, this one wasn't bad. I think once again what really helps us there is that we know that since there's 4 of them, it has to be 5 pieces each.
Puzzles are
that
made
really
to be
narrows
solved.
it down for us. Dividing the chocolate is shown will ensure that each sibling gets a fair share of his tasty treat. Do you feel better now? Not really. I need to get back on a winning streak. Then I'll feel better. Yes, well, sorry we couldn't help. No prob. I think the match gentleman will turn my fortunes around tonight. He'll put everything on a hot streak, and we'll all win big. That sure would make everyone happy. Except the casino owners, I guess. I doubt we need to worry about that happening. Alright. Let's keep going further down. And, we're making a full circle here, ladies and gentlemen. The very first puzzle in the game revolved around what we need to do here. It hurts! Stumble? Did you get tied up again? A true gentleman never turns his back on a clown in need. Are you just making up crap as we go along now, Layton? Oh god. Oh god. This lovable clown has got caught up in his balloon strings again. Give him a hand by untangling the strings. Touch any of the orange points on the touchscreen and swap the strings around a point, and keep doing this until you free the poor clown. It's possible to untangle all 5 strings in as few as 6 moves. That's not gonna happen. I mean, I'm literally just tapping whatever feels right. I mean, we're kind of getting there. Okay, okay. I'm so damn close because there was a lot of times where I completely fudged up those strings, and we got our way back a little bit. We can do this. Alright, it just took me 196 moves.
Just a dash of puzzle
That's
solving
only
here.
literally 190 more moves than the game indicated I could
That
solve
was
the
a
same.
challenge, to be sure.
But we did it! That's all that matters. Now let's hope this poor fellow doesn't get himself tied up in knots yet again. Thanks for helping me out. I was terrified I was going to float away. I'm certainly learned my lesson. What do you mean? Was that some sort of punishment? Yes, I ate some pudding that Tyrone was really looking forward to eating. He was none too pleased. I promise you won't tell anyone that you helped me. If you do, he'll punish me all over again. It's a little, I don't even know what the hell you want to say about that, but okay. Now, before we do anything here, we can actually check out the bush here in the bottom right for a collection item. The stealth balloon? What the hell, we're playing some Metal Gear Solid now? What game was it? Was it 5 that, he had those balloons? I got to like really fully play 5. Alright. Actually, I may have went the wrong way. And we didn't want to go down, we're gonna go back up now. We wanted to go down and get that stealth balloon, that was it. And I noticed that the Cookie and her mother are not at the same place yet again, but you know what? Screw it. So we're gonna go in front of the hotel here and speak to pompous, man. Oh! Mr. Sterling, it's rare to see you looking depressed. Did something happen? I was just thinking about the past. It's like something out of a penny dreadful. But you're right. It's unbecoming of me to dwell in just the negative. Let's clear our minds of a puzzle. Alright, buddy. Let's see what you got for us. Ball, dart, bullseye. Alright. A, B, and C are playing a game of ball darts. Is that even a thing? After throwing 4 balls each, all 3 people scored 62 points. A scored 27 with his first 2 balls. B scored 5 points with her last. The picture above shows where each ball hit the target. Who threw the ball that hit the bullseye and scored 50 points? This is going to be fun. So they each scored 62. They had 4 balls each. All we know between A... Well, we don't even know anything about C. Well, we know about A, and Mr. Pomodore, the first 2 balls scored 27. Now, that could easily be... He hit a 25 and a 2. Frankly... Is that the only way it's going to work? A scored 27 for his first 2 balls. I don't necessarily see this working outside of hitting 25 and 2. I mean, you can do 20 and 7, but we don't have that. Obviously, we can't go above 25. So yeah, I think... Just to help us out there. So A scored 27 there. Automatically meaning that it's not... It can't be A. If their first 2 balls score 27, 50 right there is going to be, what, 77? That's not going to work. Now, 62 minus 27. What does that give us? Oh, my brain. Why the hell am I don't even know why the hell am I going to bother. Might as well use the tools ahead of me. We got what? 62 minus 27, correct? That is 35. It can't be just the 30 ball. Well, I'm going to say it can't just be the 35 ball. It could be the 30 and the 5, one of the ones that hit 5. Frankly, I don't see any other numbers here that would work in that regard, so I think we figured out all of A's balls, and we know that it just can't be A that did this. And all we know about B is that her last ball hit 5 points. Still a lot of number of points we can do here, but we know at least, 62 minus 5 is like there's still 57 points that they could have done in 3 hits. It could be B. She could have hit the bullseye, and then she could have gotten a 4 and a 3. That would account for the last ball hitting 5, and then the others. Well, let's try that. So now from here, we need to figure out, like, okay, what did C get? C would have hit 35 and 20. 35 and 20 is what? 55. Plus the 6 there on the right. That's 61. And then the 1 there on the top right, 62. So yeah, that wasn't that bad at all. So, it was B.
Let me have a shot.
Alrighty.
I'm the professor's apprentice.
We know that A had to have scored at 30, a 25, a 5, and a 2. Additionally, by looking at all possible 3-ball, 12-point combinations that take the score of 50 to 62, and by excluding A's 2 from these combinations, the one who hit the bullseye must have scored a 5. 2 balls in the 5-point area, one of which belongs to A's, so only B could have got the 50-point score. Sure, that's one way to describe it, or, you just listen to me in the past 5 or 10 minutes. Same thing. Well, that was nice for a moment, but now the sad memories have returned. Where do they come from? Are you sad about money? In a way, yes. I was remembering the day that my wife took my money and ran off for a very poor man. A day much like today. I loved my wife dearly, but she only loved my fortune. Whoa! I'm sorry. Yes, well, remember that the only thing you can truly trust in the world, and the only thing you cannot buy, is money. Some people think that such an outlook is sad. Perhaps. Wow, I actually feel a little bad for the man. Alright. Now, we can go inside the big top. And our good old tiger buddy Maurice has a puzzle for us. Yeah, that sounds pretty lonely. I can help. I'm great with puzzles. What do we need to do? Oh my god. Just every single puzzle I'm not fond with is just happening in today's video here. Kitty Solitaire 3. This time, Lucky has 9 white kittens crowding around her on a 5x5 board. Both Lucky and the kittens can jump over any kitten that's horizontally, vertically, or diagonally adjacent. Jumping over a kitten removes that kitten from the grid, but Lucky can't be jumped over. Once again, you want to leave only Lucky in the middle of the board. Now get pouncing with those kitties. Okay. I don't even know where the hell I want to start. I felt like I was actually doing pretty good there. Wouldn't that have been something if I actually solved this, my first go? Because what I was kind of aiming to do is, like, we can leave Lucky alone. Sorry, just kind of funny seeing the cat go crazy there on the top screen. I was kind of hoping to leave him alone so that I can make my last jump here to the middle. I don't think that I'm going to be able to do that this time around. So, I'm trying to think of other avenues I can do this. I can try leaving a diagonal space. I mean, I'll get rid of all the kittens, but I won't be in the middle anymore. I literally just did the same thing, but inversed. If I jump over anyone like that, I'm not going to have any moves left, am I? Can I get a cat right next to us so I can jump down? Or I guess I can continue jumping. Yeah, I can. Damn it. So we didn't even need to move any of the kittens. That was a trick of that one.
I did it, Professor!
Not too bad. It's actually possible to use only Lucky to complete the puzzle. If you haven't tried it, think about how you could do it. It takes 9 moves, and that's what I did. Alright. Because I could have sworn there was one of the puzzles that we primarily we're just using Lucky to move around the board. What? Really? Do you know how we can get down there? Okay. All right. We can still do a little bit more. I'm trying to see if there's like a good stopping point, because we are at the middle point here. Well, let's say middle point, but we're at an hour is what I should say. All right, I'll make this a little bit of a longer video, and we'll keep going until just before we get to the racetrack. So there is still a good number we have to do here, but that's okay. So this time we're actually going to go up to the casino. Alright, now that we get to the casino, we don't need to talk to Drake. We'll talk to the policeman here. No crap. Come on, Lemon, Lemon, Lemon! Oh, hey there, Professor Layton. I'm just testing this here slot machine to make sure that it's not cheating people. Sure looks like it's guilty. Of course, officer. Alright, fine, I confess I was slacking. I just want to take a break for a second. Is that so wrong? And I thought maybe there was a chance I'd get lucky and someone suspicious would be snooping around the casino. Please don't tell Chief Sheffield you saw me here. I broke down, gave in this once. I won't do it again. Well, I'm sure it's hard to stay 100% committed to your job in the place of so many distractions. We'll just have to redouble our efforts so that you and the other officers can take some time off soon. Now, we actually talked to him again. See, that was a little bit tricky because I don't recall many instances in any of the games in the series where you have to talk to somebody numerous times to them to activate or trigger a puzzle. This is enough to make me want to quit. What's wrong, officer? I tried the slot machine one last time and, well, now I'm set for life. I don't have to work a dangerous job anymore. You hit the jackpot. I sure did. I wish I could share a little of my joy with you guys. Maybe I could do it with this puzzle. Or, you know, maybe you can give me some money. You wish you definitely can do it. Alright, weighted marbles. These colorful marbles are all the same size, but each one has a different weight. The number of each marble tells you the weight in grams. Your challenge is to arrange the marbles in the grid so that each line of 4 weighs 34 grams total. Some of the marbles are already in place. Can you work out where the rest of them need to go? Well, no, but we're gonna try. They said, yeah, each line needs to go up to 34. There's a lot of damn marbles I could use here. Each line? Damn, some of these are like 5 lines. I kind of don't want to use like a huge-ass number in like next to the 14 or between the 11 and 8 because that's just going to be way too damn much. Maybe I can start with the top right there, like 7 to 16. Because I think like whatever number we have right there is not going to matter much. So 7 to 16 is, what, 23? Which means that we need just 9 more to get to that. And... actually, no, did I do my math right? Yeah, 7 to 16. Hold on. Yes. Did I say... No, I was right. Oh, but I don't need 32. I need 34, you idiot. So, 23. That means we need 11 more. Well, we could do... what can we do? I think the only combination we have is the 2 and a 9. Yeah, I don't think there's any other marbles we can use. Now the thing is, where the hell do I place a 2 and a 9? You know what? Let's make this a little bit simpler. Instead of working on the one on the right hand side, let's work the one right there on the left. We have 7 and 14. It gives us 21. And a plus 1 is 22. We simply need 12. That's literally the only thing that can be done there. Okay. And I just realized some of them aren't 5. It even says each row of 4 because I was thinking say 6. See where 6 is on the bottom left and where 11 is? I thought for whatever reason that was also connected the one in between 7 and 16. It's not. Okay. So we're good there. Now once again, we need 2 and 9 for the ones there on the right. The thing is, part of me is afraid to use the 9 on the bottom right of that segment because we already have such a large number. So that leaves us with 16. And we need what? 18? I think we need 18 for that row right there in the middle. Can't use the... I can do 13 and 5. Right, that's literally only... I can't use... There's no 3, so... Yeah, so... I have to use 13 and 5. Now, once again, where do I want to use the 13 and 5? I mean, the right-hand side already has an 8. Now, granted, the left-hand side already has a 6. It is smaller, though. So 11 and 5 is 16, plus 8 is 24, meaning there's just 10 there. 10 and 6 is 16, plus 3 is 19. We need... Well, we only have a 4 and 15 left, so what do you think? We only have 4 left here, but let's see if this adds up. 11 and 4, 11 and 13 is 24, plus 6 is 30, with the 4 there is 34. All right.
Just a dash of puzzle solving here.
That wasn't bad at all. I thought it was going to be bad.
A fine puzzle for a gentleman.
No, like, you have a good starting point with that one. It can only be one number, and then you just kind of work it from there. There you go. I can't stop smiling. If I keep winning big like this, I might become even richer, Mr. Lador. Don't forget that gambling involves a risk of losing a wager. But until you hit it big like me, you won't understand. I can't possibly lose now. Professor. I think you may be a bit overworked, officer. You're not thinking clearly. I mean, he's literally trying to help this guy. Like, dude, walk away. You have enough, but... It's simply just not that easy for a lot of people. So we're going to go here to the left to get into the park. And we'll talk to another policeman for another puzzle. Officer, how goes the investigation? A bit stalled out at the moment, I'm afraid. Detective Bloom seems to have a lead, but he hasn't shared with any of us. that would prove to be an obstacle. Just between you and me, I'm not sure we could catch this guy even if we did have all the info. I mean, don't get me wrong, we're all good at what we do and stuff, but sometimes it's hard to focus, you know? Say, have you been to the circus yet? I was thinking about taking my kids there. Well, here's a flyer that may give you some information, but it seems to be ripped. Oh, God, is this going to be... Yeah, it is going to be just like that one we had at the very beginning of the game. It shouldn't be too bad, though. Got a 1 in 3 chance of getting this right. The poster wrapped around this pole was torn, and the top half has slid right out of place. I wanted to replace it with another that's exactly the same, but the spares I found don't look slightly different from one another. I got no idea which one to put up. Could you take a look for me and find one that matches the poster on the pole? Can you help the policeman find the right poster? Touch the posters on the touchscreen and enlarge them. Slide the hand left and right to examine the torn original. Alright, so I'm going to be taking a good look at my DS as I do this. Jesus, okay, I was trying to get right just there in the carousel. I think they all look the same, but there should be like a guy with balloons up there. Well, they did say it slipped out of place, so... I think the easiest thing to do is, like, I'm trying to find one, like, between the differences between A, B, and C. And what I did notice, look at A, and look at the little kid there. He's facing to the left. B and C has him facing to the right. So that alone, we know that it's not A. So with that being said... Alright, I found a difference. The pumpkin there on the left-hand side, B only has 1 bird on it. C has 2. Meaning that the identical one is simply just going to be C.
Don't keep me in suspense.
There we go.
There is no puzzle without a solution.
In poster A, the direction the little boy is facing on. Poster B, there are fewer people riding the pumpkin spinners. Oh, well. Oh no, those are people. I thought those are birds on top of the pumpkins. Either way, it worked out. I knew you could do it, Mr. Layton. It was nothing. You could have solved it as well with your skills of observation. Oh, shucks. It's all part of the job. All right. I did say we'll stop right before we get to the track, but feel like I'm on a little bit on a roll. Now, they've been talking about the tram all this time. It takes us from one side of the town to the other. This is the first time we're actually going to utilize it. Operating the Monte tram is simple. Once aboard, simply touch your desired destination. Coming soon! Well, we just want to go to the racetrack. And there we are. And yeah, we're here. Might as well. I think that's the wrong guy. Oh, good evening. I'm full of useful information yet again today. Yes, I am. Hello, Murphy. I'm just here watching Mr. Lador's fortune grow. Well, that is good news for Henry. And since I manage his wealth every time it grows, I feel more confident advising people in financial matters. And that is good news for you. I could make you rich if you want to give me your savings. How about it? No thanks. I'm not really interested in that sort of risk. I see. Well, that's too bad. Yes, it is. Yeah, get away from me, dude. You is who I wanted to talk to.
I'm up to my ears in casino debt. Up to my eyeballs, actually. Really, I'm really over my head. If I could just hit it big once, I could pay back everything and be back in the black. I don't even know how these races work, but I like that cart with the 20 on it. I bet on high number means it's better.
I'd advise you to stop right there.
Why should I listen to you? I only listen to people who can solve this puzzle.
This moron. Chip champions. 6 people are talking at the casino. A is like, I'm only left with a quarter of the chips I started with. C, wait, why? I don't like how this is all like, ugh. They're all over the damn place. Why didn't you just do B, then C? Oh, whatever. A is I'm only left with a quarter of the chips. C, if you add up the number of chips that B and F lost, you'll get the amount that I started with. No. What? I'm confused. So, okay, there are 6 people, A to F, but we're only getting antidotes from A, C, E, and D. So, let me read that again. A is like, I've only left a quarter of the chips I started with. C is like, if you add up the number of chips that B and F lost, you'll get the amount that I started with. E says, I had the same amount of chips as B did at first, but now I've got more left. D's, I'm completely out of chips. Draw lines from the people A to F to the stacks of chips 1 to 6 to identify which chips belong to whom. Well, I think easy enough. D simply goes to 2. Because they ran out of chips. What did A say? I'm left with only a quarter of the chips I started with, so 25%. Could be 1. I think it could be 4. Alright, so A is either 1 or 4. Now, what I'm a little bit confused there is, if you add up the number of chips that B and F lost, you'll get the same amount that I started with. That they lost, so those in gray. I mean, do we just go down the line, maybe, besides 2? Like, 1 and 3 gives us 7 chips. Meaning, like, C could be 5. If we do 1 and... 1 and 4. That gives us 9. The problem is, I don't think anybody has 9 chips. Okay. 1 and 5. They also lost. That's not going to work either. 1 and 6 is 6. Could be 3. So yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's either B and F are either 1 and 3 or 1 and 6. Problem is, I don't know who's who. E is, I had the same amount of chips as B did at first, but now I got more. And I mentioned that B can be either 1 or 3 or 6. If we assume it's 1. And how did E state it? I had the same amount of chips as B did at first. Now I got more left. More that's left? I had the same amount as chips. Well, the only ones who had the same amount are 3 and 6. But you have more left, so that means E is 6. Meaning the whole idea of B and F are 1 and 3. Because C is like, if you add up the number of chips that B and F lost, you'll get the same amount that I started with. So B and F, 1 and 3, 3 and 6, 3 and 4, they lost 7, meaning that C has to be 5, because 5 has 7 chips. Who do I still need here? A, B, and F. What did A say again? Quarter of the chips. And I mentioned that can only be 1 and... Was it 1 and 3 I said that can be it? Well... kind of shares the same fate. No, that's not a is a quarter chip, so it's either 1 or 4. That's a quarter. And I mentioned that B and F have to be either 1 or 3. So that means A has to be 4. So now it just comes down to who the hell B and F are. Well, how do we determine who is who exactly? If you add up the number of chips that B and F lost, you'll get the same amount that I started with. I had the same amount as B did at first, but then I got more left. So E, who did I say was E again? 6. So that means B has to be 3. Then F is 1. And that should be it.
Just a dash of puzzle solving here. That was a challenge, to be sure.
Kinda. Stack 4 belongs to A, stack 3 to B, stack 5 to C, stack 2 to D, stack 6 to E, and stack 1 to F. D's and E's comments are the key to solving this puzzle. They definitely are.
Wait a second. Why are you trying to stop me? You don't think I can win, is that it?
No, that's not it at all. I just think you should stop for your own good.
For my own good? But why?
I'm not certain that you... It would just be better for you if you walked away now.
Well, now I have to make a bet since you've gone and made such a big deal about it. But don't expect me to share my winnings.
Do as you will. Layton doesn't give a damn. He's like, whatever. Now, I noticed how we're going to stop right before the, getting to the racetrack. But the thing is, apparently right after this is what's going to, like, lead into, like, the final push. Kind of want to do that in the whole entirety of the next episode. So let's go to the entrance here. There's Bloom and Gustav.
I can't believe someone made off with one of our carts! And the way it was done makes me think this was no ordinary person.
I get the impression our culprit is rather accustomed to this sort of work. Not only that, but this kind of operation requires money, time, accomplices, and a familiarity with the town.
I'm sure. Well, I do hope the police bring him to justice soon. How about a puzzle in the meantime?
Alrighty. Oh, it's like the theater puzzle, or it was the, Yeah, well, you know, the big top puzzle, like who's sitting where, or was it whatever. The day of the races. Hooray! The races are on. 3 groups of tradespeople have been invited to watch: tailors, winesmakers, and upholsterers. The seating areas for each group have been arranged so that the sponsors can tell at a glance which is which. Can you tell which group of tradespeople is sitting in the yellow area? What? I'm going to make the assumption that it's based on the way that these things look. That's the old... How else are you going to look at this? Like... So who's sitting where again? Is it like... Who got invited? Tailors, winemakers, and upholsterers. Well... Winemaker. Because here's what I'm looking at. Yellow... It looks like a hat if you turn it sideways. If you turn your DS or you cock your head right, or turn your 3DS counterclockwise, it looks like a hat. Orange looks like a chair if you cock your head to the left or turn your DS clockwise. I don't know about B. I guess that could be a bottle if you turn your head to the left. I guess. So that would if I were to make that assumption, I would imagine that B would be the winemakers and upholsterers would be an orange, meaning yellow would be the tailors. That is literally the only thing I can imagine this could even be, based on the information that we got.
I believe I have this one.
And there we are.
An excellent puzzle.
Sorry, I have something in my damn throat there. Ugh. The red seating area is shaped like a chair, so that's where the upholsterers will sit. The blue seating area is shaped like a bottle, so that's where the winemakers will be sitting. Finally, the yellow seating area is shaped like a shirt. Oh, well, see, once again, a lot of times when I figure out these rules, sometimes I don't follow the same rule for everything. So, like, I said, like, oh, if I turn your head to the right, it looks like a hat, but if you turn your head to the left, it looks like a chair and a bottle. But it's like, if I just kept it to the left, if it's not a hat, oh, it looks like a shirt. I mean, I guess a tailor could deal with hats too, right? Maybe? Maybe not. Whatever. It worked out anyway.
I can't, in good conscience, fill this place when a man gentleman is out there somewhere. I fear it may be dangerous.
Because you might be inadvertently creating an audience for one of his dark miracles?
Yes, exactly.
Alright. Bloom, what's going on, man? We determined who took the horse cart.
And did this information lead you to the masked gentleman's identity?
I'm afraid we weren't quite that lucky. It seems our man blended in with the folks who came to check in on the horses. He has a gift for disguises, apparently. He and his associates broke apart the cart and then told Mr. Lador that it needed to be repaired. When they finished using it for the statues, they brought it back and reassembled it. Bloom, what exactly do you believe is the masked gentleman's intention? He wants the Mask of Order. Is it true that he has some kind of special power? If so, we must prepare for something big. Something big and malicious. Inspector Grosstree told us he believes the masked gentleman is at the Reunion Inn. All evidence points to that hotel. It's a perfect location for his purposes. I believe he's there somewhere, preparing. There's a stop near here of the Monte tram that goes to the Reunion Inn. I need to check a few leads. Would you mind meeting Grosstree at the Reunion Inn? Of course. I wanted to speak with you first before doing so. I appreciate that, Layton. Your respect for proper procedure is refreshing. Now, please excuse me. I have a few leads to pursue. He seems quite thorough about investigating every possibility. I guess that's what elite detectives do. What other leads could be talking about? Is he working on something else? I can't imagine. What is it, Professor? Based on what we've witnessed so far, I had considered Henry to be the main suspect, but now it seems that this is just what the masked gentleman wanted me to do. All along, he's been trying to attack Henry with his clever use of these little tricks. He knew that when his tricks were exposed, all of his clues would lead to Henry. So the masked gentleman, whoever he is trying to frame Henry Lador. But if it isn't Delston, who could it be? I don't know. Not yet, anyway. Let's head to Reunion Inn. And we'll definitely do so in the next episode. Thank you all for being so patient with me in today's video, too. Just, dear God, some of those things just pissed me off. Screw those tile puzzles. Before we continue, let's take a look at the stealth balloon. Its surface was designed to absorb light, remarkably hard to see by day. So we just have 5 more collection items, along with, how many hint coins? Man, do we really need 300? Because, like, we're only at 214. I don't think I missed anything. So, either we don't have 300 hint coins, or we're going to have a crap ton by the time we're done with this, which could be the possibility here. I mean, if we're going to Reunion Inn, it's a brand new area, I believe. We have, I think we have a possibility of collecting a lot. Everything else, though, I think we're getting there. Trying to see how many episodes we have left here. So almost on 3 pages, going on to the 4th. I think the robot, we have 2 more. Okay. The shop, I think we have 1 more. Yep. The rabbit plate, I don't know. 1 or 2 more? 1 more. Okay. So yeah, we're nearing the end here, it seems like. And I know that can be sad, but frankly, it feels like I spent the longest time playing this game in the series. I think it's because of the puzzles, let's be honest with me. Or maybe I'm just taking my time. I don't know. But I am enjoying it. That's what matters. But next time, ladies and gentlemen, we will delve into the Reunion Inn and see what is going on. So, as usual, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time for Let's Play Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask. Love you all so much, and don't forget to spread that love around. Have a great day, everybody.